Hello people on YouTube, hello. Just started the stream a little bit early, so when we do start at 3, should hopefully not be so much of a problem when there's because of the delay and stuff. So basically you just got to sit and watch. If you're already here, the one person that is, you just got to sit and watch for 2 minutes. But you know, you show up early, that's what you get. What can I say? But we've got a bit of company, haven't we? Let's just try and focus on her. In fact, I'll just try and focus the camera on her. That might be nicer. Like having a screensaver, isn't it? There's some bees around that she's really wagging her tail at. Not you. Oh, no one saw that, but hopefully when people go through their stories, they'll see that. Hello. I haven't got everyone online yet. Oh, she's jumped away. I mean, that does make my life a bit easier. Oh. 1, 2, 3. I think we're going. Oh no, Facebook's still loading. There we go. Here we all are. The gang's all here. Hello everyone. Hello. 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 I'm outside today. I'm in my garden. Mainly because there isn't much space for throwing paper airplanes around. They'll just bang into the wall. That's probably all that would happen. So outside, so then I can throw them hopefully a bit further. We'll see how far they get, but we've got to make them first. So if you're going to make some paper airplanes with us today, you're going to need at least 4 pieces of paper, okay? Doesn't matter if it's plain, coloured. George is ready to go. Hi George. Doesn't matter if it's plain, if it's coloured, if it's striped. Mine's got 2 holes in it. Doesn't matter, because we're just going to be folding it all up in some sweet planes. So we're going to be trying to make 4 different kinds of plane. You also can all choose what we name the planes I make, and then we'll see which one goes the furthest. And then when we're all done, I'll post the instructions for the ones that I haven't already, and you can also have more chance if you don't quite keep up with us. You'll still have a chance to make them afterwards and throw them. I've also got my trusty tape measure. See how far they fly. And I said you might need scissors. You don't need scissors. Hey, James Bond's here. Glad you're here, James. Right then. So, if you haven't got paper already, like I said, you're going to need at least 4 pieces. We're going to make 4 different planes. You might decide to restart, so you might have some extra paper there with you. You might decide, oh, you want to make 1, so you only have 1 piece of paper. That's up to you. Whatever works for you guys. How's everyone's day been so far? The other advantage of being outside today is it's a very nice day. The weather's lovely. What has everyone been up to? I think it's Friday. What is time? Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday? It's Friday. I just checked. It's Friday. Ready for the weekend. We've got a disco tomorrow. And sharing Sunday on Sunday. Hey, and still waiting for a 2.6 challenge to do on Sunday, or 26 or 260, whatever. So if you've got any ideas, let me know. Right, it's going to give everyone a chance to get some paper. That's why I'm just waffling for a little bit, just giving people a chance to get the paper they need. Like I said, doesn't matter, it can be plain, can be just lined paper from a pad like I'm using. Still all works. And also let me know if you can hear me alright, because I'm talking a bit quieter so I don't want to disturb my neighbours too much. So if you can't hear me, let me know. I'll try to enunciate a bit more. So the names, at least the names the instruction gives these planes we're making. The first one we're going to make is called the Basic. Basic. The second one we're going to make is called the Dart, and I think that's that's the one I've already sent out instructions for, the Dart. And when you kind of picture a paper airplane in your head, that's usually the kind of one you might see. There's also one called the Stable. I'm guessing that's because it's stable when it flies. It's stable when it flies. I don't know. And there's also one called the Buzz, because apparently it looks a bit like an insect, and I've got quite a few bees flying around me today, so I'm risking my life. I'm not allergic to bees or anything, but who knows what could happen. We're making paper airplanes today, Jacob, so if you've got some paper nearby, just some A4 normal paper, you can join in. Otherwise, I'll post all the instructions afterwards on Facebook. Yes, and you can have a go then. So we're going to start off with the basic. The basic. So we're going to want our piece of paper this way. You see? Now I'm going to have to be. I'm showing 3 different cameras what to do. So be patient, everyone. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to fold our piece of paper in half this way, so the long way, so we get a long rectangle shape. Make sure. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. I can never do it perfectly, and I went for a huge origami phase, and I still can't do it. But what you want to make sure is you're giving it a nice good. What I do is I run my fingers down like that. Give it a good squeeze. You see how I'm running my fingers across? Squeezing it at the top so you get a nice fold. You see there, YouTube? I'm squeezing my fingers across the top like that. Okay, so that's what we get. Now, I'm going to try and show you this from how it should look from where you're looking. So, what's going to happen is you're going to open it up like a book, like that. So you'll open it like this. But I'm going to show it this way around so you can see, okay? So you're going to open your book up like that. So you open up like this. And I'm just showing you this way around. So you can see there's a line down the middle. Now, this line's important for our folding. So just to make it a bit easier for everyone, I'm going to draw a line on my line so you can see what we're doing. Now you can do this as well if it helps you. You can draw a line down the middle so you can see where your fold in the middle is, because with this fold, really important to help us guide what we've got left. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to take one corner, which you've got opened up like a book, so it'll be like that, and you're going to fold. You're going to take one corner and you're going to fold it down. So you make a new straight line going along the straight line you've already got, and it also makes a triangle shape. See? So you're going to fold it, and it's going to go down, and create a new straight line going down there, and it's also, you can see, a triangle. Here we go, YouTube. So you're going to fold this down into the middle and squeeze it down like that. There we go. Okay, so that's the first step of our first two steps of our basic plane. And guess what step 3 is? It's just doing the same thing on this side. So you're going to take this corner and you're going to make it match up. You're going to make it match up with the other corner. Mine doesn't quite match. Remember, it doesn't have to be exact. As long as it's sort of near, that's all that matters. And then you'll get this kind of shape, almost like a house. So you've got your square with a kind of triangle shape on the top. Okay, you can see mine's not in line at all. Mine seems to go a little bit lower than that. And I can never get it in line. So, there we go. Now, next thing is we're going to fold it back in half again. So you're going to close the book, just like that. You're going to close the book. So close it like that and you get this kind of shape. You're going to close it to get this shape here. All right. How's everyone doing so far? Is anyone finding it tricky? Does anyone want me to explain anything again? Or are you all good? Does everyone know what they're up to? Everyone know what they're doing? What does it say about this one? It gives us a bit of information. Hang on. It says this one's great for time in the air. So it says it's not so great for distance, but it's good for time it spends in the air. So it won't go very far, but it'll spend more time flying. I don't know how that works, because surely the longer it flies, the longer it goes. Oh, hello. Okay, so if you've got this kind of shape, next thing we're going to do, we're going to make some wings. So you're just going to fold down one of your kind of sides, because these are our wings. And again, you're going to do corner. You're going to do a corner to the other corner. See, Facebook's got the most people watching, so I'll try and focus a bit more on you guys. Hey Lloyd, how you doing? So you're going to take this corner and you're going to put it down like that. Basically, another way of saying it, which is probably an easier way of saying it, is you're going to fold this side down in half. That probably is an easier way of describing it. It's always a bit difficult to describe paper folding stuff. It's my art of choice, and I still struggle to describe it. So you're going to fold it down in half like that. And that's going to create one wing. Guess what? You're going to turn it around and you're going to do the same on the other side. There we go. So when you've done it on one side, you're going to do it down on the other side. I've got 2 holes in my wings, so I've got a hole in my paper. Hopefully that doesn't affect my distance too much. We'll see. And then if you just lift up your wings like that, you've got your wings. Oh, it looks like Facebook is jumping around a little, so if you've missed anything at all, Facebook, let me know, and I will sort it out for you. There you go, and that's our basic airplane, your standard kind of first plane you probably made when you were a lot younger. Like I said, it says it's good for staying in the air for a long time, but not so good for doing a long distance. I'm sure it does loads of like flips and twirls and things like that. So all I've got left to do now for this plane is we need to give it a name. And I want you guys to help me for a name for our plane. So when I note down all the, if I've lost my pen though, there it is, a name for the plane. So when we do our throws and I do the measuring, I can say which one's gone the furthest, and you can all take a guess at which one you think is going to go the furthest. Oh, George has just flown across the room. Nice one, George. Yeah, and then if people are able to give me a measurement and stuff on Sunday, well, I'll let people know who's done the furthest. I know that Alex sent me some photos of his this morning, and Alex said his went 16 feet, which is amazing. So let's put it this way. This is 3.5 meters, is 12 feet. So 16 feet must be, maybe like 5 meters or something like that. I don't know, maths. But yeah, we need a name for this one. So if anyone watching wants to name this plane, just give me a name for it. Hi Tommy, perfect person. We're looking for a name for this plane. Could be like I was about to say HMS, but that's ships, isn't it? What do they usually call planes? I don't know. It could be like Yellow Submarine Airlines. It could be anything you want. It could be just Steve if you wanted to. It's completely up to you what we're going to name this plane, guys. What we're going to name it. People are clearly having a think, or they're busy making their planes and chucking it around. I'll leave that there, and then when someone gives me a name, I'll write the name down on it. Ooh. Hi Alexis, how you doing? Do you like making paper airplanes? / do you like naming planes? Because if you do, come to the right place. Call it Red One. Red One. There we go. There's Red One. It's written backwards on Instagram. There you go. Red One is done. That's our basic. Remember, I'll post. In fact, I'll quickly do the instructions in the comments now, and then I'll also make them in a separate post. So just putting it in the link for that one now. There you go. All of these are pretty much from that website, apart from the Dart, but I already shared the Dart earlier on, and that's the one we're going to do next. So we're moving on to the Dart, everyone. So if you've got another piece of paper, there you go. And we're going to start it in exactly the same way. You may have already tried this one because I emailed it earlier on today, and I put it on Facebook earlier today as well. But this is the next one we're going to make. And we start it in exactly the same way as the basic one we just made. So we're going to fold it in half, like that. So Alexis, if you're just joining in, you're going to need some A4 paper and, well, maybe 4 pieces of A4 paper. So we're going to fold it in half like a rectangle, long ways, and we get a good squeeze to squeeze it up like that. Show you on Instagram. Ooh, strip it up like that. I'll show you on Facebook. Ooh. So you get a nice good fold there. Once again, mine isn't particularly neat. Something I can never really get. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. Still works as a plane. At least the test one I made earlier did. Who knows about these ones? And just like before, you're going to open it up like a book. Just like that. And then just like before, we're going to fold the corners down into the middle, so it makes a new straight line. Oh, sorry, I need to draw my straight line, don't I? So you can all see where the line is. There we go. So, draw the straight line on for you. Oh, the pen. Oh, smelling that marker, guys. Oh, oh. So we're going to take a point, put it into the middle, squeeze it down. Squeeze it. I'm going to say squeeze it down a lot in this feed. It's going to become my new catchphrase. Hey guys, squeeze it down. Yeah. Squeeze it down like that. And you're going to do the same thing with this side as well. So we're going to make our point just like we did in our plane before, actually. Most of our planes, in fact all of our planes, we pretty much start by doing this. I don't know how I can have a look at it, Lloyd. But here's the first one, so you can see it. There's the first one, Lloyd. So this is what it'll look like in the end, yeah? And that's our basic. So if you're not sure, Lloyd, that's what it'll look like in the end. But it doesn't really matter as long as it flies. Doesn't matter, does it? As long as it flies. Oh wow, hi Katie. Alex has met a Red Arrow pilot and sat in one. Whew, how did you get up that high to sit in it? Amazing. Was the pilot not like, hey, I'm driving here? You just got back from work, Katie. Ah, hope you had a nice day at work. It's a lovely day. Do you walk to work or do you get a lift? I can never remember. That's what he is. Hello, Jade, as well. Not too long ago. Ah, cool. So yeah, we've got our pointy bit. So again, it looks a bit like a house, just like in our last one. You see, it looks a bit like a house. Like that's the building, that's the roof. And these bits are flappy. But what we're going to do now is we're going to do almost the same fold again. We're going to take this little corner here. See this corner here? This corner here? This corner here? We're going to take that corner and we're going to, sorry, it's hard for me to do this in a way you can see it and do it well at the same time. You're going to take it, this corner, and you're going to try and fold that down into the middle to make a new straight line, and you get a long kind of point going along like that. So I'll show YouTube. You take this bit, this little corner here, and you're folding it down into that there. We went to an air show. Oh, Alexis, that's really cool. Wish I'd gone to an air show. I live in Abingdon and they do an air show quite often. And I've still never been. And I've lived in Abingdon for, well, I was a teenager here and then I moved back here a couple of years ago. But so in total, probably like, well, how old was I? 15 when I moved here. So I've lived at least in Abingdon or near Abingdon for 15 years. Still never been to that air show. Oh, is it a long walk? I see. I was thinking, if you were to walk home today, it'd be a nice day to walk home from work. So we're going to do the same now with the other side. Okay? We're going to do the same with the other side. We're going to fold it in to the middle. And basically, we're getting a triangle shape with a little bit of a straight bit on the bottom. So we should end up with this kind of shape now. I say should. I say should. Should's not a good word. I don't like the word should. But I've just said it a lot. There we go. So you should have this. It looks a bit like a... I don't know. Don't know what to describe it as. I work at Sainsbury's. Sorry, I thought you worked somewhere else for some reason, Katie. My bad. Yeah, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to close the book. Okay, so remember it's kind of like a book. You're going to close it. Okay, like that. Make sure you've got some new folds in there now. So what I would do is I would squeeze it down along the bottom again, down along the bottom, just to make sure you get a good thing, because now you've got more bits folded in there, it won't stay as closed. And this is the shape we've got now. Anyone who does maths still, I don't, but anyone who goes to school and still does maths, is that an isosceles triangle? I can't remember. It's been too long. I don't know. Next up, we're going to make our wings. So we're going to fold them down. So you can take one side here, one side here, one side here, and you're going to fold it. Oh, sorry. Down, basically like this. Now it's up to you how big you want your wings. You could fold it really far down. You could fold it a little bit down. That is completely up to you. I'm just going somewhere in the middle, like that. I'm going to fold that down. Then you can turn it around and do the same. And then again, give it a bit of a squeeze, bit of a squeeze, bit of a squeeze. And then you can pop your wings up. And there you go, you've got your new plane. Now mine's got a really long nose. You can do it from pretty far up, actually. And it should still, hopefully, he says, should still create a nice plane. I think most people tend to do it from quite far down. So look, you can see you can fold it from all the way, almost all the way from the nose. So it's completely up to you where you fold your wings from and how big and how small you want them. Yeah, I think it was an isosceles triangle too. Great. So that's our dart one. This one looks quite better than my my test one. Did I bring my test ones out? I didn't. But yeah, I think this one's gone better than my last one, so that's cool. This one, according to the website, is a good one for distance. So this might be, if you're aiming to get one of the furthest flyers, this might be one of the ones you want to make. So we need to come up with a name for this one. So we've got red one as our basic. This is red one. Now we need to choose what we're going to call this one, our dart plane. What can we name the dart plane? Darts in, Strictly Come Darts in, Dartsin in the Dark. Any Bruce Springsteen fans? Once again, my references for you young people are always on point. What do you all think? What should we call this plane? Long Jet Black. Long Jet Black it is. George says his is called Lightning. That's a great name, George. This one's Long Jet Black. Named by Jade. Jet Black. There we go. Long Jet Black it is. Long Jet Black. I think this one will go further than red one, but we'll see. It's all in the throw as well, isn't it? If I don't throw it as well, it might not go as far. So we'll have to wait and see how far that one goes. Right then, what have we got next? Now this one I know I need to check the instructions for because it's not one I would usually make. And this one's called the stable, which is apt because I live in a mews. I just need a bit of a drink. My mouth is getting a bit dry. Do you guys like my hammock? It's a great place to sit out in my garden. Luke's here. Hi, Luke. I don't think we've had you on one of our streams before, Luke. Hi, Luke. Making some paper airplanes. So if you've got some paper, you can join in too. Okay, so the next one we're doing is called the stable, and as far as I remember, let me just double check. We start it off just like we started the basic and the dart. So we're going to take our paper and we're going to fold it shut. You have hammock envy. I know. One of the best investments I've ever made in my life, this hammock. And when it's winter time, we just have it in the living room. So always time for hammocking going on in the Barnet Taylor household. So yeah, I'm going to fold it in half, just like we have with all the other ones. Just like that, just like that, just like that. My day is very good today, thank you, Luke. How is yours? Have you been enjoying? How's your last few weeks been? I haven't spoken to you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. If I know you, Luke, you've probably been watching lots of films. So yeah, and just like before, you're going to open up your book and you're going to take one corner and you're going to put it down into the middle to make that straight line again. Straight line going down the middle. Sorry, I need to draw the line. Keep forgetting to do that. See you all can see what I'm doing. Just want to make sure it's nice and clear for everyone. So there's my straight line. I'm going to fold my corner like that. Oh, the wind's blowing my papers away. Oh, what way's the wind blowing? That'll help my planes. Like that. Down like that. Into the corner. Down like that. Into the corner. And then we're going to do the same on the other one. Just like all the other ones. It's only the next one we make after this one, which is a little bit different. But that's the only bit that's the same. Changes after this. Your birthday's on the 4th of April. So you had your birthday 20 days ago, Luke. Ah, and we missed it. Ah. Did you have a nice birthday? What did you do? So we've got our, again, looks like a house. Looks like a house. We got the roof and then the building. The roof and then the building. Now this is where we go a little bit differently. Is we're going to fold our roof down to make a pointing down arrow. Just like that. And your point should hopefully be pointing in the middle where your line is. See where the line is going down? Zoop. Hopefully your point should be just about there. Mine's not quite, but again, does it really matter? Why is it not gaming? We don't always do gaming on Friday. Alex, sometimes it's arts and crafts. It basically depends, usually. Oh, you watch Knives Out? I love that film, Luke. It's really great. What was I saying, Alex? Yeah, it usually depends if I've got a good idea for a craft to live stream on a Friday or not. If we do gaming or not. But we usually do gaming Monday or Tuesday. It's usually Tuesday, but we're going to do it on Monday next week. Because some members who are over 18, they have jobs and they work in things like supermarkets, so they're still working. And then we've got some who have Monday off and they don't usually get a chance to join in with our gaming ones. So we're going to have it on Monday instead. And don't know what we're going to do on Tuesday. Tuesday is usually a guaranteed gaming, whereas Monday and Friday aren't. It just depends. Yeah. So yeah, where was I? So you should have this now. Trying to think what it looks like. Looks a bit like an envelope, doesn't it? Looks a bit like an envelope, I guess. John's here and he's making a rainbow one. Nice. That's really cool. Okay. Next up, I need to just quickly remind myself what we do next. I think I remember. Yes, I do remember. Now, hopefully, yeah, you can see this on my piece of paper. There is you can see the black line which I've drawn. Now, if you haven't been doing a black line, it might be harder for you to see. But basically what you're going to do, you're going to take one corner. This is a tricky one, okay? This is a bit more tricky. So hopefully we can get through this together. We're going to take a corner. We're going to make it go into the middle like that, but we're not making a straight line now. So you see the corner, it's just going like that, and this is the bit we squeeze down. Okay, so we're going to take this corner, it's going to go into the middle, and this is the bit we're going to squeeze down. I'll show you guys on Facebook. I've got to do this 3 different cameras, guys. We're going to take a corner, we're going to put it down into the middle, and this bit is the bit we're going to squeeze down. Okay. Now, if you're not sure what that means, I will post the instructions now, and hopefully that will make a bit more sense. In the picture, but hopefully I've explained it nicely. So yeah, we're going to take this, pop it down there, flatten that kind of. Yeah, that's right, Katie. Tomorrow is the disco. We're going to take that corner and we're going to put it pointed there, and then there we go. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And you're going to make it so the 2 points meet together. So you're going to do it on this corner. You're going to put it in the middle where the other one is, so they meet in the middle. You're going to take this corner there, pop it in. It's harder to see on Facebook because the light's reflecting. But there you go. You're going to take this corner and it's going to go in the middle there. And then squeeze this side. Squeeze this side. Squeeze this side. And you should end up with this kind of thing. I think this looks like a penguin that's covering its eyes. Why is it covering its eyes? I don't know. Climate change. Doesn't want to see its home melting. See what I mean? It's like, oh, the horror! Like that. Oh, Little Rascals. I haven't seen that for years, Leak. Not since I was very young, I don't think. Must have been about 8 or 9 when I last saw the Little Rascals, I reckon. I mainly remember there was a boy with a stick of hair up like that. Alfalfa, I think his name was, or something. Do I know the theme for tomorrow's disco? No, so if anyone has an idea, let me know. Let me know if you have an idea. We had lots of cool people dressed up in their suits last week. John got our photo of the week because he looked so smart and he had his disco ball. So well done, John. We also saw Phoebe dressed up too, so let me know. Okay, next fold is we're going to take this little point. See the little point? That would be like, if it was a penguin, it'd be its beak. This bit here, this bit here, this bit here. We're going to take that bit and we're going to fold it. Oh, it's hard to do and keep upright. And we're going to fold it up over the top of those 2 points, okay? Now this is a little bit of a trickier one, alright? So the first two are easier planes and the second two are a little bit more challenging, okay? But if you keep at it, I'm sure you will get it, alright? Because basically if I can do it, anyone can do it. We can. So yeah, you're going to take your little point, and you're going to fold it up so it goes over the two other points. So that's point 1, that's point 2. We're going to put point 3 on top of them. Okay, so that's our little thing. These are our other points, and it's just going to go over the top there. I saw you sent me a picture. Thank you, Lloyd. It looks great. Minions colouring in. It looks lovely. So this is what we got now. This is what we should have now. And we are now going to... Now, you're going to turn it over. And you're actually going to fold it this way now. So your bits of folding are going to be on the outside. So this time we don't close the book the way that we folded it earlier. We're folding it the other way. So you're going to do it so your bits of folding are on the outside. Okay, and give it a good old squeeze in. Now all we have left to do is make our wings. And just like before, it's completely up to you where you start your wings from. You could start them from here. You could start them from here if you want. You could start the fold at the top here. Start the fold there if you'd like to. Or if you want to do it from further down, you could do it from further down. I'm going to do it all the way from the front, I reckon. I think I'm going to do it all the way. So yeah, fold your wings down like this. Oh, Luke, you've been a really busy man. Texting and watching films. Crikey, O'Reilly. Can't stop him. And then you're going to fold your other wing down as well. Yeah, this is our... and that's our stable plane. Now, to be honest, I don't think it looks that different from my dart. And looking at the picture of the stable, probably better to fold it from a bit further down, possibly. Hang on. Okay, I think that's maybe more along the lines it's supposed to be. But again, it's up to you where you fold your wings. Doesn't matter. Completely up to you. Remember, these are your planes. So this was called the stable. Does anyone have a name we can give for this plane for when we do our throwing and we see which ones go the furthest? Any ideas for a name for this plane? Love to hear them. What you think we should call it? Again, the website said this is a good one for going further distance rather than time in the air. And it says sometimes it might do backflips and stuff too if you throw it the right way. And if you bend your wings a bit more at the back, apparently it's more likely to do some flips. So if you want to do some extra little folds to give your wings little things, Stallion. It's a great name, George. Stallion. Let's go for it. I'm going to write it down. Stallion. Ah, you just missed your chance there, Katie. Storm's a great one. Maybe we'll call the next one Storm. We'll see. Alright, Stallion. The reason I like Stallion is because it's called a stable plane. Stallion's a name for a horse. Horses live in stables, so I think Stallion is a great name for a stable plane. Oh, Iris just spotted a bird that she probably wants to eat, but luckily she's not very good at catching them. It's only caught one in the last year, I think, and that was one too many. Nearly broke my plane. Yeah, Alex, I will do that when I get a chance. Not entirely sure how I do that, but I will give it a go. Great. So that's Stallion. I do. She, at the very beginning, she was sat right on my lap, and then she went running away. So once we're done, if you reopen up the stream, you'll see her face on Instagram. It's just her face for a minute. Same goes on YouTube, because that one started a little bit early because of the lag and stuff. If you just go on there, you'll just see Iris sat on my lap. But then when I went to start the Facebook one, she went running away. So what have we got left? Oh, we've got one called the Buzz. The Buzz is a bit different from the other ones. The Buzz, they call it that because apparently it looks a bit like an insect. So we'll see. We're going to hold our paper this way this time. So before we've had it like that each time, the long ways. Now we're going to have it the short way, or landscape. But just like all the other ones, we're going to start by folding it in half like a book. You watched Death in Paradise with Chris Marshall. Was he the first guy? I think he was the first one. And then it was Ardal O'Hanlon, and then they replaced him with someone else. Madness. Could call the next one the Flying Bee. I love it. Or like Stinger or something like that. Okay, so yes, we've made our book, and just like the other times, we're going to open our book up. I'm going to turn it around so you can see it, but you don't need to turn it around. Okay. So I need to draw a line so you guys can see my line. Just going to quickly do that for you. Even though this is lined paper, the line is already perfectly on. When the lines are on lined paper, it's still not very easy to see. Come on then. You coming up? You coming up? You're meowing at me. She's meowing at me. She's thinking about it. Sometimes she does that, and that's her saying, "Pick me up. Put me up here." Come on in. Come here. Oh, hello, Ira. She's very good, thanks, Luke. We had a little bit of a worry last week, and she had to go to the vet, but she's feeling much better now. Typical thing is, took her to the vet. As soon as we got to the vet, she was suddenly 100% fine. It cost me a lot of money just for no reason. Thank you, Ira. All right. So, you're going to have your book open. You can see our line now. And I've got two little eye holes I can look at you through. Hello. What? How's it going? Yeah, so this one is called the Buzz. And we've got it like this. And just like the other times, we're going to fold. Just double check this. I'm pretty sure I've got it memorized, but I just need to make sure. Got to check my memory. Yeah, just like the times before, but it's going to be a lot bigger this time. You're going to fold one corner to make a straight line going down. You make a kind of triangle shape. You're going to Banbury on your birthday next. I'm guessing that's next year, Luke. You're going to go to Banbury for your birthday. So yeah, just for you on YouTube, you're going to take one corner and you're going to go down there. Now, today's a great day to make paper airplanes because you can go outside in your garden, give them a chuck. What might be fun is if you have a top window, chuck out your top window into your garden. So you're going to do that on one side. And I think you can guess what's next. We're going to do the same on this side. Oh, mine is very out of line. My again, doesn't matter too much. I'm just going to make a slight adjustment. I can't see my black line anymore, and I need to see my black line. Ah, there we go. Yep. So you're going to do the other. You're doing the cut. You're cutting the garden. You messaged me on Facebook, did you, Jacob? Oh, yep. So you did. Not the best at keeping in touch with all of that. But in answer to your question, Jacob, yes, we are playing FIFA on Monday. Yep, so you're going to do the same fold on this side. So you're going to get kind of a big... Now this looks more like my house. It's not quite a bungalow, but it's not far from it. Yeah, so this is the kind of shape you're going to get. You're going to have a big triangle and small rectangle at the bottom. Yeah. So you've got a big triangle on the top, and then these big kind of long rectangle at the bottom. Looks like two small ones, but that's just because of my line that I drew to help you all to see. Okay, now up next we are going to take our top of our triangle, our pointy bit of our triangle, and we're going to fold it so it goes all the way down to the bottom and kind of touches our line that we've got going across this way. Whoop. So it goes to the bottom of the folds we just made. Ooh, really struggling with this piece of paper. It's a bit of a flimsy piece of paper. So see how it's gone down to there? So you see we have a line that goes across by here from where our folds are. You're going to make the triangle point reach there. And that's what you're going for next. Sorry if I'm not explaining this all very well. Sometimes the concept is difficult to describe with words. That's why pictures, yeah, it is very fiddly, are usually better. So hopefully what you see makes more sense than the words I'm using to explain what you're seeing. But I'm hoping that you seeing it will do the job. Okay. Up next, once you've got this, we are going to do another tricky fold. So this one, the buzz, was in the medium section, whereas the other ones we did were in the easy. But I think this one's a little bit easier than the stable one, but there you go. Thanks, Alex. I shall do that once we're done here. Sort out that Minecraft thing for you. So again, we're going to be using this center line. What you're going to do is you're going to fold this side, and fold this side, and you're going to fold it so it goes into the middle like this. This one's a little bit difficult to kind of see what I'm doing, but hopefully when you see the finished result it'll make sense. And then you flat your sides down. So you take this side and you're going to fold it down like that. So you see you've got a bit of a diagonal line going here, and then squeeze it down. So I'll show you again on YouTube. You're going to take this bit here and you're going to fold it so you see you've got a kind of a line going down there, but you've also got this diagonal line going across. Okay, and then give it a nice squeeze flat. And then you do the same on the other side. Okay, so you're going to take this side, you're going to fold it flat, and what you'll get is it looks It does look like an insect, doesn't it? It does look like a fly or a bee. Yes, you'll get this kind of shape. Okay? Now, if anyone's not understanding that, if it's a little bit tricky, if you check on Facebook a little bit later, and I'll send them out in the email tomorrow as well. The instructions, because like I said, this one's a little bit on the trickier side, but you should have this kind of thing now. It does look like these are the wings of an insect of some kind. So that's what we're going for today. Don't know why I used the word today then. Up next, you're going to fold a bit of the top, only a little bit, down this. Okay, so if you're looking at it this way, so you're looking at it this way, you're going to fold this bit back. Okay, so if you're looking at it this way, you're going to fold this bit back just a little bit. So if you're looking at it this way, you're going to fold this part back a little bit. There you go. This is going to make a bit of a head, I think, of our buzzer. And if you turn it over, that's what it'll look like. So this is what it look like on the other side. If I turn it this way, it looks like a fox. So this is what it look like on the other side. Alright, then up next, we got to fold our wings. And the way we do that is this way. So, closing the book, shall we say. You're going to close the book, so you do it with the fold. I don't know if you can see, it looks a bit like a fox there. Someone was asking a fox. Well, it's mainly because of the pointy ears, and you can see some eyes. I think it kind of looks a bit like a fox. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But anyway, distracted. Yeah, you're going to close the book. So you close it with your fold. And you'll end up with this kind of shape. So you'll have the little bit which you folded at the front. And you'll go straight up, and then you've got kind of a triangle at the back. So you'll have this little bit at the front, and the wings go up, and you got kind of a triangle at the back. So you guys, so you got this little bit here at the front. You got a kind of a diagonal line going up, and you've got a triangle coming out the back. And then all that's left to do, no worries, glad you're here, Ethan. We will, well, I guess to join in with making these planes, you might need to watch it back. If you go through the comments, there are some instructions that I've posted as I've been doing it. And I can't remember if I did the instructions for the one we're making now, but I'm just going to put those in. And then now what we've got left to do is make our wings. I just need to remind myself of how we do that. Okay, so you can have it slightly open, and then just slightly open, and then you're going to fold it down. I'm going to fold it down this way to make one wing. So you're going to fold it down this way to make one wing. And then you're going to turn it over. We don't even have to turn it over really, but then you're going to fold down the wing on the other side. And you're going to open up your wings, and then you get this little plane here. Only a tiny little fella. So gives you a little one. Now mine looks a bit thin compared to the thing, so I wonder if I've made my wings a little bit too small. So I'm going to make my wings bigger, but remember it's completely up to you what size you make your wings, everyone. If you want to make small wings, you can make small wings. If you want to make big wings, you can make big wings. It's entirely your decision. Mine's a little bit uneven too. Oh, you talked to your grandma today. That's lovely, Luke. Glad you're managing to stay connected with lots of people. Really important. Yeah, of course you can, Lloyd. Let me know what song you'd like. And then when you open up your wings, yeah, you get something that looks a bit like this. Looks better, yeah. I think big wings are better for this one if you wanted to get it to fly. So we need to come up with a name for this plane. So let me know what you think we should call this plane, everyone. So our other planes are, our first plane, we got red 1. That's our basic plane. That's red 1, our basic. Then we've got a long jet black, as named by Jade. Alexis came up with the name for red 1. Oh, we've only got 27 seconds remaining on Instagram. Really sorry, Instagram. It looks like we've been going for an hour, which is madness. How's it taken that long? So yeah, Instagram. Come on YouTube or come on Facebook if you want to keep watching, because I've only got 10 seconds left. Well, no, actually, I can start a new stream, I think. So just bear with me, and I'll get us going again. Yeah. Sorry guys, I just need to sort out Instagram because we've still got more to go because I haven't even thrown them yet. Fancy dress theme tomorrow. It's a great idea, Lloyd. A great idea indeed. We definitely can, and we shall. Lost where I was now, Instagram coming down. So yeah, Alexis named red 1, our basic. Jade named long jet black, which is our dart plane. Jade named that one. Then we've got the stallion, which George named, which is our stable plane. And then lastly, we just now need to come up with a name for this one, our buzz plane. What can we call it? And then I'll try and move the cameras over here and we can see how far they go. We can have a Frozen song tomorrow, Lloyd, don't you worry. We had Let It Go last week, so maybe we'll have Do You Want to Build a Snowman this week? How's that sound? Yeah, so if anyone has an idea for the name, to name this plane, let me know. And then we'll it looks like you're doing a good job with that plane you just sent me the picture of, Lloyd. Looks like you're doing well, so keep going at it. Doing a great job. Oh, and Katie's been talking to her grandparents as well. It's great that we're all staying in touch with everyone. Keep trying to call my nan, she doesn't answer. Yep, so if anyone's got a name for this last plane, we'll get it named and then we'll see which one goes the furthest. Hopefully, if my cables reach far enough for you to be able to see how far, see me throw them. So let me know your ideas for the name. We've had a name from George already. We've had a name from Jade. And we've had a name from Alexis. So if anyone else has a name they'd like to call it. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Katie said one earlier, didn't she? The Busy Bee. It's the Busy Bee. This is the Busy Bee. All right. Busy Bee it is. Oh, Jet 1. That's a cool name, Ethan. Maybe when you make your plane, you can call one Jet 1. Alright. Okay, now here's the tricky bit. I'm now going to try and move the cameras, so my two laptops and my phone, over to a place where you'll be able to see me throw them. So you may not see me whilst I sort like a different camera out. You might just see a pathway. So I'll try and do it as quickly as possible, and hopefully we can get some good views. We'll have to wait and see, and it also depends on if my cable goes long far enough, my extension lead, so we'll have to wait and see. So apologies for the blank screen whilst I do this. I'll try and do at least YouTube first. Yeah, you're just going to see the hammock, so there you go. Enjoy the hammock whilst I try and move YouTube first. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a stretch, I reckon. Well, we'll see how. Hopefully the battery will last. Move these so don't broadcast a random charge. Right, let me see down the pathway. Okay, I think we can here. Can't quite see what the YouTube screen is showing. Oh, don't want it to fall is the thing. Okay. So, we're going to start with red 1, okay? So red 1's our starter. Let's see how far it goes, shall we? Ready. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Landed back in my garden. Not very far, it's just over here. Oh, congratulations, Luke. Okay, next we're going to check with... what did we call this one again? Long jet black. Let's see how far this one goes, shall we? Ready. 3, 2, 1. Oh, straight down on the floor. This is not going well. Stallion's up next. See how well the stallion can do, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Oh, that one went really far, but I've crashed into a wall. And last one. Sorry. I am, yeah. Just try and stop you. Sorry guys, just letting some people walk through and we'll make sure they are on our live stream. Okay, last one, here we go, is the busy bee. Now I think part of this problem is I'm not very good at throwing them. But there we go. Let's see how far this one goes. 3, 2, 1. Oh! You see where it got stuck? Stuck in the... see it on the... Wow. I mean, Stallion went the furthest. Stuck that in there. Stallion, that's where Stallion is the furthest one. Alright. Oh, well then. I don't even need to use a tape measure because they didn't go very far at all. Not even like over 2 meters. I think if I had done a better throw, I think Stallion could have gone quite far actually, but I don't really have the technique apparently, as I just discovered. And well, poor old red one just slooped around and landed back in my garden. So there we go. But yeah, that's... If you all make these planes, let me see if they go any further than mine did. I'm very sure it's my throw that's the problem, not the plane. So, and if you do have like a tape measure or something and want to tell me how far they go, let me know. Or if it goes as far as your entire room, like George's one went, let me know. Yeah, and tomorrow is disco day, and we're gonna have a fancy dress theme. Why not? So dress up in whatever costume you like. I think I know what I'm going to dress up as, even though I know it's going to get me very warm to wear it, but it'll be worth it. Yeah, so disco tomorrow. I shall see you all tomorrow, and I'll send out all the different instructions for the different planes when I send out the email tomorrow, and I've put them in the comments on Facebook. I didn't have it loaded up on YouTube to paste it on YouTube. So Facebook is where, but if you don't have it, it's in the emails. And I'll try and get them on the YouTube comments as well for you all when I get a chance. Yeah, great. All right. I shall see everyone tomorrow. Bye. Hello. Literally just finished.